I need help.
Alright, let's stay on the line. I'll just be off a moment.
Detective Jefferson, may I help you?
I'll call you back.
The movie begins operating from the Supreme Macaroni Company retail store, where Leon is given a mission to kill a fat man who is moving in on Maurizio's business. He is given detail about the target, making his way into a hotel with a swam of bodyguards. It's a cocaine deal organized to take place at the hotel. The fat man gets a call, and it's one of his guards with a gun to his face reporting that there is a guy who wants to talk to him. The guard is killed, then Fatty rounds up his guards to go after the intruder. Leon takes out the fat man's guards one at a time until he is all alone. Fatty takes off running to secure more ammunition. He calls 911 to report that someone is trying to kill him, then suddenly, Leon gets him from behind and he drops the call. The fat man offers the whole cocaine in his possession, but Leon tells him to dial a number. It's Maurizio who threatens him to leave town. Leon lets the fat man go. On his way to his apartment, he meets Matilda Lando, a 12-year-old girl who hides her cigarette from him. She has a bruise on her face due to living with a dysfunctional family. She asks Leon not to tell her dad about the cigarette. Just around the corner, Matilda's dad is being confronted by a set of corrupt DEA agents who have been paying him to store cocaine in his house. They have noticed some irregularities with the purity of the substance, inquiring if he has anything to do with it, but he denies this. A drug-addicted Norman Stanfield gives him until 12 noon the following day to find out who is stealing their cocaine. Leon has been watching the whole time and even experiences Matilda taking a slap from her father. On a different day, Leon returns from the movies when he sees Matilda bleeding profusely from her nose. She offers to buy him some milk since she is going grocery shopping. Leon acknowledges and she leaves. At exactly 12 noon, some corrupt DEA agents begin to infiltrate the hallway led by Norman. They storm the place, having discovered that Matilda's father has been stealing some cocaine for himself. At this time, Matilda is already out shopping. Leon notices their presence as they break into Matilda's home. Then Norman begins to kill her entire family with a shotgun. When her little brother tries to hide, he is caught and murdered. Matilda's father tries to retaliate, opening fire at the assailants, but later ends up dead, shot by Norman. They only missed out on killing Matilda too. She returns home but keeps her cool after noticing the carnage. Matilda knocks at Leon's door, pretending to have his apartment as her final destination. He lets her inside. Norman's men discover that they missed a little girl, and they continue searching for Matilda. The door guard approaches Leon's door after being notified of this. Leon prepares to shoot him just before Matilda turns on the TV with a cartoon program, convincing the guard that it's a different girl inside the apartment. Leon apologizes to Matilda, who hates her family so much except for her little brother who didn't deserve to die. She wishes she had killed them herself but was beaten to it. Leon offers some consolation to her, using a pig puppet to speak to her. Matilda finds out that Leon is a hitman and he kills people for a living. She offers to be a cleaner in exchange for him to become her caretaker and to teach her how to kill so she can avenge her brother's death. Leon is an illiterate, so Matilda comes in handy to teach him. He refuses at first, saying that a hitman's job is not for girls. Matilda proves him wrong by shooting some pigeons with his gun. After this, Leon accepts Matilda's offer. Together, they leave his apartment and Leon is forced to set some rules. They move to a hotel where she convinces the hotel clerk that she is preparing for an audition and will not practice after 10 p.m. to avoid disturbing other occupants. Matilda pleads with Leon to teach her how to be like him, but he asks for a drink instead, which she goes to get. Leon goes to see Tony, who has been keeping his money instead of putting it in the bank. He prefers this because he is an illiterate, and Tony assures him he has all the accountancy in his mind so he doesn't need the bank. While speaking with Tony, a box is handed over to Leon which contains his sniper. After meeting Tony, he takes Matilda to the rooftop to practice on sniping targets from long range. After guiding her through the tips, she takes a shot at a target and nails him. But it's just a fake bullet. Matilda joins Leon in his training exercises and routines. He goes to see Tony again, and this time Tony advises him to get an actual job as this is more reliable. Leon asks for his money and Tony thinks it's sudden, maybe because he met a woman. He warns Leon to be careful about women. Leon wants to help someone out with some of his money, but Tony insists he can handle Leon's money better than the bank's. Leon spots Matilda hanging out with a teenage boy. He goes outside to prevent Matilda from flirting with the young boy. He encourages her to quit smoking and stay away from weird-looking guys. Matilda surprisingly professes her love for Leon, which gets him worried. She claims to feel it in her stomach. He discourages her feelings and goes off to work, ignoring the hotel clerk. Matilda goes to the hotel clerk and reveals to him that Leon is her lover and not her father. Having said this, she makes her way back to her old flat, past the police, and picks up a teddy bear with a chunk of cash hidden under a loose floor plank. While at it, the FBI comes in, questioning Norman, who is being carefree about the people he killed in the line of duty. He yells at the officers and leaves abruptly. Matilda boards a taxi, closely following Norman to the police station. Leon returns with a pink dress for Matilda, after which the hotel clerk knocks at their door to throw them out of the hotel. The duo finds another hotel, where Leon quickly takes a shower and stitches his wound in his chest. Matilda later offers Leon $20,000 for a contract to take out her brother's killers, but Leon refuses to do this. Matilda is sad that Leon could take a contract from random people, but cannot help avenge her brother's death. She threatens to kill herself, and at the last minute, he knocks the gun away from her hands. Leon takes Matilda to go see Tony and he introduces her to Tony. As time goes by, Leon and Matilda begin to work together to take out targets in different locations, with Matilda learning very fast and acting as a false character to draw their victims out. As she increases her confidence and experience with every given target, one day Leon goes to see Tony and instructs him that if anything should happen to him, Matilda should be given all of his money which Tony has. With Leon absent at home, Matilda locates Norman and poses as a food delivery girl to infiltrate the DEA building, getting past the agents, tracing Norman to his office where she attempts to kill him only to be ambushed by Norman inside the bathroom. Matilda discloses that her brother was murdered by Norman, but he seems unapologetic for his actions. He threatens to kill the little girl, but then his colleague comes in reporting that one of his boys has been murdered by a man who fits the description of Leon. Norman is in shock and instructs Matilda to be taken to his office. Meanwhile, Leon returns to find a note left by Matilda about her intentions to kill the murderers of her brother. He quickly rushes to the federal building, and while Matilda's weapons are being observed, Leon steps into the office, kills two of Norman's men, and rescues Matilda in the blink of an eye. He takes her back home. While Tony is celebrating a birthday with his kids, Norman and his men invade his shop, threatening to harm Tony, except he reveals Leon's whereabouts. Norman is mad that Leon has gone rogue and is killing his men like rats. Tony eventually yields and gives Leon's location. Matilda is about setting up breakfast when she is quietly grabbed by masked DEA agents who attempt to ambush and take out Leon, but instead, while they secure the area, Leon beats them to it by ambushing and taking out some of their men. An agent is sent to take a look but is taken hostage by Leon. He uses the agent to buy Matilda's freedom as they slink backwards into the apartment, leaving the hostage behind as he is rapidly shot at instead of Leon. Matilda is very scared and explains how everything started. The men continue to fire at them. Leon gets an axe and knocks off the wall, revealing an escape route which he forces the unwilling Matilda to go into. She painfully agrees to go as Leon convinces her to leave, but she is afraid of losing him this way. When Matilda leaves, the agents fire an explosive missile into the apartment but are unable to kill Leon yet. Flares and tear gas are deployed to smoke him out when a dead agent signifies to be alive. He is immediately taken out through the hallway amidst numerous armed men, towards a medic unknown to them that it is Leon who simply switched clothes with a dead agent. Norman is furious that over 200 men can't seem to find one man. Matilda escapes through a vent successfully and makes her way out of the area. Leon's mask is removed and he is being attended to by a medic who doesn't recognize him. Norman spots him but remains calm. Leon opts to wear his mask, saying it helps him breathe better. Norman clears the hallway of agents as Leon walks away, taking an underground route to escape the area. He almost makes it out when Norman finds him and takes the shot, killing Leon finally. At least so he thought. However, before Leon finally dies, he calls Norman's last name, handing over a grenade pin to him saying it's from Matilda. Leon dies and Norman is blown up by several grenades strapped to Leon's body. Matilda goes to see Tony and he gives her some money to take care of herself, saying that she is allowed to come take some more from time to time. With nowhere else to go, she makes her way to Roosevelt Island. The following day, Matilda returns to a school in New Jersey, readmitted into the institution, where she explains everything to the proprietor. In the end, she digs a hole and plants Leon's houseplant just as she promised him. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated for more contents like this. Thanks for watching.